Dante is taking a huge risk, putting his career, not to mention his freedom, on the line by agreeing to have Jason released into his custody.
Franco's got this sick obsession with Jason. Dante feels like he can use Jason as bait. I gotta say that it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, well, it makes sense for everyone but Dante. What if Jason runs? Dante's gonna be held responsible. And he has this glaring conflict of interest. Jason is his father's best friend. So if he's charged with aiding and abetting, he could be facing prison time.
Okay, but you're getting ahead of yourself here. Okay, of course there's going to be risks involved. When my son sets his mind to something, there's no way you can stop him. Okay, he's the most stubborn guy on the planet.
He is sacrificing himself to catch Franco. How are you okay with this?
Honey, I love my son more than life. You know that. But I know I can't live it for him. Okay, Dante is a grown man. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and he will always, always do what he feels is right. So, you can either stand by him or you can fight. It's your choice.
Judge Carroll was convinced I'd be better off in Pentonville than being around my dad. The only reason he changed his mind is because you're a cop. It's good influence.
Well, the judge wants you to learn there's more to life than the family business.
You know, it's funny how you all think that what Jason and Dad do is so bad, but then the minute that you need their help with someone like Franco, you seem to think it's all fine then.
Look, Jason's not being released so he can kill Franco. He's being used as bait to draw him out so the feds can take the psycho into custody where he belongs.
If Jason uses this as a chance to disappear, you can lose your badge, Dante. You'll be responsible.
Well, that's not going to happen.
If it does, if you're not a cop anymore, they're going to throw me back in Pentonville, aren't they? And my release was conditional. The judge can throw me back in prison anytime he wants.
Well, then you have to stick to the terms. You stay away from Sonny and the business and you'll be fine.
What about you? Aren't you worried about being charged as an accessory if Jason runs?
But Jason's got law enforcement watching his every move. I think it'd be pretty dumb of him if he tried to go anywhere.
Jason only went to Pentonville to protect me. He shouldn't have to spend 5 years in prison for something that he didn't even do.
Yeah, but Jason knew what he was getting into when he made the deal with Claire.
There's no reason to stick to that deal anymore. I'm out of prison. He can care less about what happens to you. The way he sees it, me going to prison is your fault. He made it this runoff to give you a taste of what it was like in there.
Well, he wants to make sure Franco never kills again, and I guess the rest we'll have to figure out as we go.
No, it's not a matter of supporting Dante because I stood by him when everyone told me to walk away. Friends and family saw him as this lying cop who would do whatever it takes to take Sonny down, even if it meant hurting Michael. But what they didn't see is he was trying to save Michael, and he had the courage of his convictions, which made me love him even more.
Like I said, he always does what he thinks is right.
But putting himself in a position where he has to trust Jason isn't right. And I want to be supportive, and I want to support his decisions, but I can't if I think he's dead wrong.
But obviously Dante feels like it's worth the risk to take Franco off the street, and I can't say that I blame him, honey. The guy almost killed you. You can't fault Dante for wanting to keep you safe.
So Dante gets to protect me, but I don't get to protect him? How is that fair? If something happens to Dante, it's not only his life that's going to be changed. This decision affects mine too. Shouldn't I have a say?
Honey, I'm not telling you that you always have to go along with whatever Dante says or to be some kind of a spineless cheerleader for him. God knows that I shook my pom-poms for that kid all his life, and he still doesn't listen to half of what I say. He listens to his gut. Always. Just like he did in the situation with Michael, this Franco thing is no different.
With Michael, he was trusting a judge who has morals and principles. Jason doesn't have any.
Okay, but that's Dante's decision to make. Okay, if he's decided that it's his duty to get Franco off the street, he will do anything to make that happen, including team up with Jason.
The last time I told you to trust me and let me handle things, you ended up in prison, and no amount of me saying I'm sorry is going to make up for what you had to go through.
Look, I'm out now. It's fine.
I don't expect you to call it even and just move on. You have every reason not to trust me. I mean, I was arrogant. I was arrogant enough to think that I could march into the court and announce that you killed Claudia. And I thought the judge would show some leniency.
Look, it's over, Dante. I don't get why we have to keep talking about the thing.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I mean, this is your chance to start fresh. I just wish Sonny would respect that and back off and give some space to let the process work.
Dad means well.
Hey, you know, good intentions are great, but everyone can see that Sonny's life isn't fit for children. You and Morgan and Christina would be better off if there was a distance between you guys and Sonny's life. But Sonny refuses to see it. I mean, he truly believes he is the world's best dad.
You know, it's not as hard to love Dad as you think.
What part of Kate is back from Milan early do you not understand? If those proofs are not on her desk by tomorrow morning, we're both going to be looking for new jobs, and then I'm going to take my 6-inch stiletto and... Emilio, I knew you would make it happen for me. I'll call you later. Sorry, listening to me yell at flaky fashion photographers is not what you had in mind when I asked you to be my police escort.
Sounds like you're more than capable of taking care of yourself.
I know how transparent this must look. If I was trying to seduce you, I would probably be thinking up all sorts of crazy situations exactly like this one.
But you're not trying to seduce me.
No, Lucky, that was so 4 years ago. And honestly, I could never cheat on Spinelli again. And flirting with Matt to make Spinelli jealous is not the same thing.
The same as what?
I mean, he says he's over it, but asking Spinelli to help me with something like this would be like taking an entire shaker of salt and pouring it over his open wound.
Okay, can we just slow down for a second? I don't know what the heck is going on.
Of all the hot, mysterious artists in the world, I had to have sex with the murdering psychopath. And now Franco is back, and I'm worried about what he's going to do to me. I got sent this stupid picture in the mail, and I let it freak me out so bad that now I can't even go pick up Kate's dry cleaning without a police escort. I mean, how ridiculous is that? Like, everyone in town is looking for him. The PCPD, the FBI, and they have to have some sophisticated way of tracking him down before he does something crazy, like strap me to a bomb.
Listen, Maxie, we're doing everything we can to find Franco, okay? We're working with other agencies. And he is a smart, sick guy. You have every reason to be freaked out, but it's gonna be all right.
I think the thing that scares me the most is that I actually liked him. Before I knew that he was a serial killer, but I think it had to do with that he was famous, and getting him to do the photo shoot for Crimson would be huge for my career. But I've managed to meet a lot of famous people that I haven't had sex with. I think that I just wanted to have sex with Franco, so what exactly does that say about me?
Don't.
No, I mean, here I have this amazing guy who's willing to do anything for me. He's forgiven me for every stupid mistake I've ever made in my life, but it's not enough. I can't be happy with someone safe like Spinelli. I need Dark and Dangerous. Sometimes I feel like maybe I'm just a damaged person.
We're all damaged. You know? I mean, we all come with our own baggage, our own demons to battle. But that didn't stop you from opening yourself up to the possibility of having a kind and loving person in your life. Just take a breath. Don't panic. Everything's gonna be okay. In some ways, I think you're doing a hell of a lot better than most of us.
You and Lulu fight a lot?
We never had a reason to. She always got where I was coming from, accepted the fact that I was a cop as being a part of who I am.
I'll go apologize to the neighbors.
Yeah, that fight got a little loud. I had to knock on everybody's door on the block.
Yeah, I'll do a couple blocks just to be safe.
Look,
I'm sorry.